Do the predictions of the future in the Bible mean that time travel is possible, but we just don't know how to archive this at present?
Time travel is not possible in spite of all the science fiction movies. And I do like good science fiction. I want you to know that I'm not against good science fiction.
What is your favorite? What is your favorite film?
Science fiction?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'd start with Jules Verne and come forward, you know. I like a lot of it. But there's a lot of it that's not very good as well. I just wanted to say that. You know, I like good science fiction. Science fiction is often predictive. Science fiction writers are often prophets in a secular sense.
Mm-hmm.
After all, Jules Verne was very much a secular prophet about going to the moon and having submarines and flying machines. Other things that have come along have started with science fiction that became reality. However, we have to keep a separation there. In physics, we call time the arrow of time. It only goes in one direction. Now, the reason that God can prophesy the future and knows the future before it even happens, he can even manipulate so that certain things will happen at certain times. I've written about that in my book on the feast and so forth, that he can make things occur at any time he chooses to do so because he's sovereign. Now, the reason for that is he is the one who created time. The very first word of the Bible is Bereshit in Hebrew. And it actually means at the beginning. This is when God created time. Mm-hmm. But remember, he is not in time. He is outside of time. He's eternal. He spoke time into existence for us because we have a finite mind. We do not have an infinite mind. And to operate, we must have time because you and I talk about past, present, and future. After all, how could we do the program unless we agreed on what time we were going to start? And it was in Spain and in England and in the United States. And we made changes for the time zones, but we agreed on a specific point and we met at that point. Is that correct?
Very good. Yeah, absolutely.
And so our minds have to work on past, present, and future. It's the only way they can work. And the arrow of time only goes in one direction. But because God is outside of time, he can look down on it and he can see both ends of the arrow and everything in between. And because he created time, the Bible tells us there will come a point in the future in which he will erase time and time will be no more because it's simply a creation of his for a temporary purpose. But in eternity, it has no purpose.